Hi everyone, here is Akta, welcome back on my YouTube channel. This time I want to show you my best team on the guild boss number 5. I'm gonna show you this team and then I will compare it with Nid Rold instead of Hisaro. But Nid Rold has a bit less stats, but still you are gonna be able to see how much damage I can do with this team, replacing Hisaro by Nid Rold without exclusive. So stay tuned, but before, as always, if you enjoy the content, please like, comment and subscribe. Thank you so much. So this is the first video, the first shot. This is the best I ever did on the guild boss number 5. So you are gonna see it is pretty nice. I made some changes on my Hisaro. He has now more effect hit than before. You are gonna see that at the end of the video. I'm gonna show you the stats of my units. And yeah, enough talk, let's run the fight. So now there is a little difference than before. I have a legendary aura on my Hisaro and a legendary aura on my Ben Austin. This aura on Ben Austin increases the damage dealt by my allies when he casts a skill, and every turn he casts a skill when he has the third exclusive. So this is the best aura you can have on Ben Austin. So, second thing right here. Now my Hisaro has less speed than the boss, just a bit less, in order to have the buff from the aura of Ben Austin when the boss acts. This is really important. This way you will increase the damage of bleeds received by the boss. Otherwise, if your Hisaro plays before the boss, then he will lose the buff after his turn and the boss won't take increase in bleed damage. This is really important. Then my Mutu plays before my Lucifer, and this is great, so he can increase his attack by 40% before he plays. So this is another thing really important. So 5 turns, 54 million damage. This is huge. This is pretty nice. So probably I can reach almost 200 million damage with this team. Something different in my team now, I don't have in this video. I changed the actions of my Catherine during the fight. At the moment, at the beginning of the wave, she uses her shield and counter attack, and then she uses on the second turn the consolidation, etc., in order to lower the cooldown of the shield and the counter attack. And now I am doing something different. That's the advice of one of my viewers, and I want to thank him a lot. It doesn't have a lot of impact on the guild boss number 5, but it has a lot on the guild boss number 6, because when my Catherine play on the first turn, she uses her basic attack before using the buffs. By doing so, she will apply the counter attack on my units right before the boss uses his AoE attacks, and so my Ben Austin can apply the death down on the boss more often. And my DPS here, I have the consolidation on them when the boss deal his big AoE, so they can survive better, easier on the guild boss number 6. So this is really important. Now, as you can see, my Hisaro can apply a lot of bleeds, and the boss almost never resists the debuffs. And this is really important. This is why I nerfed a bit his speed attack. And I decided to increase the effect hit a lot, because before I had only 88% effect hit on him and almost 100% mastery. Now I have 107% effect hit, and this is really important. On this video I don't have that much effect hit on my Ben Austin, so he doesn't apply really often the death down on the boss. But now I changed it a bit, and I will make other videos on my guild boss team in order to show you the difference. So the fight is almost over. this is the last turn, my Benostin plays, and then the boss is gonna nuke my heroes. 197 million damage in only one run. This is pretty huge. I was so close to the 200 million damage in one key only. This is really nice. My Mutu is doing better than before. He has a bit more stats and a maxed out blue aura to increase his direct damage. My Lucifer is doing great, better than before also, thanks to the aura of my Benostin. I'm wondering what should it do if I replace my Mutu by a Verto now, because now I have the legendary aura here and the better stats on my Hisaro. It would be interesting, but this is not the subject of this video. Now let me change the video and see what happens when I put Nid Rold without exclusive in this team composition. The difference between Nid Rold and Hisaro is, first of all, the first exclusive. Nid Rold doesn't have the first exclusive, and also he has less attack than my Hisaro and no legendary aura. It does a bit more damage with the legendary aura. I'm gonna make another video to compare the blue aura and the legendary one. Okay, so as you can see, 2 turns and it's already does a lot of damage. A bit less than before, you're gonna see that, but still it does the job. And the boss is taking a lot of bleeds, okay, with my Nid Rold, and this is really important to have a lot of effect hit on him, so you can apply a ton of bleeds on the boss really often during the fight. Nid Rold to apply dots on the boss is a bit better than Hisaro because he can apply a ton with his ultimate, but also with the basic attack he can apply up to 2 bleeds, and this is pretty nice. And okay, 53 million in 7 turns, it's a bit less than before, but still it does the job. So here I'm showing Nid Rold. Maybe if you replace Nid Rold by Hertha without exclusive, she is probably gonna do the same because she can apply a lot of bleeds. She will increase her speed and the bleed damage with some her specific buffs on her. So maybe she will do the same job as Hisaro and Nid Rold. I'm pretty sure Natalie can't do the same because she won't apply that much bleeds on the boss. Maybe Reeves can apply a lot of bleeds on the boss, but I'm not sure about it. Lomas doesn't do the same amount of damage with the dots, even if he can apply a lot of on the boss. He doesn't have a specific mechanic in order to increase a lot his damage though, so he can be interesting, but maybe not as much as the others. Okay, 13 turns, 120 million almost. So it is doing pretty nice damage. And this is the same on my Nid Rold as on my Hisaro. He has just a bit less speed than the boss. So he profits the buff of the aura on Ben Austin. And this is really important. 16 turns, 141 million damage. It's almost over. Mutu is great against the guild boss because with the third exclusive he has a lot of piercing rate. That means even if you fight against the guild boss number 6, he won't get a damage reduction because of the defense of the boss, because he can hit through a part of the defense of the boss, and this is really interesting for the heroes that can have some piercing rate. So probably in this team with Lucia it would be even better because they would have the faction bonus, some extra piercing rate. So look at the final result: 175 million damage, 22 million less than with Hisaro. I did almost the same damage with him right here, but the damage reduction came from Nid Rold. 27 million damage less than Hisaro, but no exclusive and less attack than my Hisaro. Now let me show you the stats of my units. If I can find the game, wait a second. I'm putting it in a full screen. Fine. Now, so let's jump into my stats. So first of all, let me compare both of them. So this is my Nid Rold. So he has an accuracy set and an effect hit set. He has 32k attack, 32k and 500 attack. This is pretty nice, but way less than my Hisaro. A bit more speed than my Hisaro at the moment, a bit less than the boss. 100% effect hit, this is really important in order to apply the dots more often, and not that much mastery, 90%. But he has this aura, so it increases his mastery during the fight. Then he has these emblems right here. So everything that can increase his dot damage and some defense. And now let me show you my Hisaro. He has 37k attack, so it's almost 5k more than my Nid Rold. This explains the difference in global damage. He has a bit less speed, 50 speed less, almost the same amount of effect hit and almost the same amount of mastery, but still more mastery than him. And also he has this legendary aura, so he has more effect hit and more attack. So during the fight he has more attack and more effect hit, but less mastery because of the aura here. So it is normal that he does more damage than my Nid Rold. Probably if I had this aura on Nid Rold, it would be better, but still. He has then an accuracy set, a first aid set, and the same emblems as my Nid Rold. Okay, then this is my Mutu, so he has more speed than my other DPS. He has 37k and 700 attack, almost 93.5% crit rate and 242% crit damage, almost. Then nothing else. He has a crit set and a wild set. He has everything that can increase his direct damage and crit rate, crit damage, and some defensive things right here. I'm using this aura on him in order to increase his direct damage. This is a great one, but only level 3, so I lack some damage. Okay, that was all for my Mutu. Then this is my Lucifer. He has a crazy amount of attack, a lot of speed, but also he is a mythic unit, so he has more base stats than legendary units. He has a 5 exclusive on him, so he is pretty nice. And he has a lot of crit rate, but he doesn't need that way more crit rate. Maybe it would be a bit better if I could have maybe 80 or 85% crit rate, something like this. So even when he is not stealth, he would do a better, more crit rate, more crit. But it's okay. 43k attack almost and 266% crit damage almost. He has a crit set and a wild set and the same emblems as my Mutu. Everything that can increase his direct damage and some defense. And I'm running him with this legendary aura, so it increases the piercing rate and the attack percent. I have done another video on my Lucifer showcasing this aura, comparing this aura and this one. It is really interesting because you are gonna see that this one is normally better for the boss. For bosses, as you can see right here, but in fact not that much. Okay, you are gonna see that in another video. So that was all for my Lucifer. Then this is my Ben Austin with a first aid and a feather set. And now I have a bit less speed than my Catherine. Okay, my Catherine has a feather set and a speed set. She is both of them already tanky with a high speed, but my Catherine plays before my Ben Austin, so if he got stunned by the boss, she can cleanse the stun, and so he can use his ultimate. This is really important. She has some healing effect, so she can heal more using her passive and this recovery horn aura, and I have these emblems on her. And my Ben Austin has these emblems, almost the same as my Catherine, and I have these stats on him, so more effect hit in order to apply more often the death down on the boss. This is really important, and I'm running him with this aura. This is the best one you can have on him, so when he is exclusive 3 every turn, he will use his ultimate, and so increase the damage of all your heroes. So, that was all for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If it's the case, as usual, please like, comment and subscribe, and then see you in the next one. Bye bye!
Infinite Magicraid. Play to slay.